Hello Facebook. To everybody I know, this is going to be my second review. I'm going to be doing a quick review of the Nissan Armada that I have here in stock at Majeski Motors. As you can see, this is a great family truck. It's in a nice burgundy red color. You can see there's nothing super fancy to it, although this is the Platinum model, so I'll get into that a little bit later. But up front, you can see it's got some nice chrome touches. The mirrors here, the grill's there, in the back as well. If you look, you'll see a little space here. Something I noticed that I like, and it's really sleek about this truck, is that it has the ability to tow. So it's got the towing package on it, and if you look down here, you just pop these out right here, and you can just, literally, this thing comes out just like that, boom. So it's nice and sleek, and then of course you got your standard plugins right there that come with the towing package. This thing will tow just about 8,500 pounds, so you know that's quite a bit. Let's get this baby on here. Pop them bad boys right in. There we go. One. This one's not going in. There we go. Guess you gotta like finesse it a little bit. But yeah, so right here you can see you got 22-inch wheels. So if you're planning on taking this off-road, you're probably gonna want to get new wheels, unless, you know, if you're doing something serious. Although it is slightly off-road capable, there's just not a lot of room here. If you look here, there's not a lot of give in the wheel. However, it does have 4 high, 4 low, which, you know, I'll get into that a little bit later. And if it's just your daily driver, for a family truck, it's a great option. Let's see here. If you come with me, it does have a power lift gate. Which, of course, is pretty standard. And then if you come with me into the back, you can see you got a socket right there. And then this third row actually folds down. So you can do 1 or 2 at a time. Nope, I guess just 1 at a time. There's plenty of room. Look at that. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit slower than I expected, but on a lot of Japanese trucks you'll see this. I know in my Sequoia it has the same feature. And they've been doing this for years. But my Sequoia has 200,000 miles on it and it still works. So there we go. There's that. What's also nice is these seats actually, this third row actually reclines too. I don't know if you can see here. I'll go ahead and stop this one. It reclines quite a bit. Check this out. So, you know, if you have maybe 7 people, I would say 6 people could fit comfortably. You know, they do have captain's chairs, and in here, what's great about it, if you can see, is that these seats do recline a little bit. let's go ahead and take it round to the front. Oop, forgot to use the power lift gate. There we go. All right, let's get inside this thing. Actually, before I do that, let's take a look at the passenger seats and the captain's chairs. This is nice. All right, so as you can see, you have speakers along the doors here. Something that I noticed that was pretty cool about this is, again, it's pretty standard. My gosh, it's hot out. I'm gonna leave the door open. You have your heated seats, but then what's also cool is you have rear storage that is separate from the front, just like that. So, you know, it's not a ton of room. Oh, my bad. It's actually really a ton of room. It's a deep well in there. So yeah, if you ever want to throw something in and you don't want to hand it to the people driving, you can always throw it in here. That's pretty cool. And then as you can see, what's nice about this, and it's really iconic with a lot of Japanese luxury cars like Infinitis, Nissans, you'll see this rippled leather here. Look at that. That's it. To some people it might look sloppy, but that's actually a luxury feature. Let's see. Another thing that you'll notice about this is it has these rear seat TVs, which, you know, that's a little bit of the staple of the past. I know a lot of kids these days are using iPads and phones to watch, but you know what? I kind of like it because then you're not putting your head down to watch the TV. Or, you know, I mean, it's better than, in my opinion, having it on the roof, because then you're not, you know, looking up and stuff like that. So they all sync together. Then you can put your headphones in. You got HDMI, USB, all that good stuff. Let's see, you got headphones here. Yep. Then you got cup holders here, cup holders in the back as well. Nice. All right, come on with me to the front. We'll take a look. Before I do that though, as you can see, you can recline the seats in the back, which is pretty nice. So if you're a big person and you want to sit in the back, don't feel too bad. All right. So the front definitely feels a lot more comfortable. And something you'll notice too, I like the design on these seats. It's got that that triangle weave, which, you know, it honestly kind of feels like I'm in a Bentley. You know, it definitely does. It definitely doesn't feel like a Nissan, which that'll be because this is the platinum model. So, you know, off the line, brand new, when this car was brand new, it'd be about $70,000. But right now, lot price, only 10,000 miles, we're looking at $53,000, which it's not a bad deal. Right off the line, the AC is cranked and it's definitely working. It's definitely blowing. There's a ton of features in this car. I don't know if you'll notice, I'm going to show you here, but you'll notice that there is a camera. So it's both a mirror and a rear view camera. And if you look at this screen here, I can hit camera on my little dongle here, and it'll show me basically a 360 view of outside. So you can lock yourself in like a, you know, a dangerous area, and you can have 360 view from everywhere. Right side, left side. Yep. And then from up top. So the nice thing about this is it's touchscreen, but if you're driving and stuff like that, it has this little dongle, which I think is great. It's very convenient. Wow, it even gives you the fuel prices. There's still a lot of features in here that even I don't know. So, but another cool feature is something that I like personally, is the ability to dim the screen. So, you know, maybe at nighttime, you can manually dim the screen. What I like about it is, let's say you're parked and you got the engine running and it's really hot outside, it's nighttime, and you're parked somewhere and you don't want to have the headlights on. What a lot of vehicles will do is, and because I know this because it does it in my Sequoia, is it'll have a super bright screen at night and you can't turn it off manually with your headlights off. And this one, you literally just have to push a button and it dims instantly. So yeah, the infotainment system, I mean, obviously you have your Apple CarPlay, you have your heart push buttons, which is great because there's not a lot of touchscreen on this. You have physical buttons. And then you also have a trailer brake controller, if you look down here, which, if you're ever towing something, is honestly a great feature to have. And you can actually set the weight of the trailer here. So how much you're pulling, how much effort is it gonna put in. You have your off-roading settings here. You know, you got your 4 high, 4 low, which is really easy to access. Tow mode, snow mode, and then you have your traction control off. Let's see, what else? Your lights up here, SOS mode. The only thing that I'll admit is not super cool is the small sunroof. But to be honest, I think that's a great thing because a lot of modern cars have overdone it in terms of the technology, and in my opinion, they've put a lot into these new cars that have kind of sunk the reliability. And the problem with having a sunroof is typically, you know, eventually you're going to have a leak. And so with just having one, you know, it makes it simple. You know, a lot of cars, they'll have a full roof full of sunroofs, which, you know, I don't know. There's always a seat for everybody. But yep. And then you got your memory seating here, so you can set it to however which way you want. Your radar system. Another thing I mentioned is very simple. So you don't have a digital display for your speedometer. You actually have physical physical meters in here, which I think is great because, I mean, it depends on the person, but to me, I like having that because it's just nice. You know, I don't want to be looking at a screen. We already look at screens all day. Why would you want that? And it does have a digital display there as well. So I don't know if you can see that. Oh, another thing is it does have wireless charging, which is great. Down here. And then you have your USB-C, your USB, and that kind of thing. Cup holders, and then there's a lot of room here, which a lot of these Japanese trucks I love because, hell, you can take this out and you can see, I mean, there's a ton of space in there. And then you got, you got your plastic. It definitely feels more quality than a lot of cars on the market these days. You have your leather stitching here, brown, and then you have your marble inlays here, and then you have leather wrap around the entirety of the car. Let's go outside and let's check out the engine. really easy to find. It's just under the hood there. All right, latch, really easy to find also. Boom. Here you have nothing super fancy. You have your standard V8 system. You don't have anything hybrid. You don't have anything with turbos. It's just like the Nissan Frontier, which you can't beat it. I know Toyota, they're recalling over 10,000, 10 or 100,000, something crazy. A crazy amount of engines right now. And it's because they, you know, Toyota's engineering a lot of things. They're over-engineering a lot. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, we got 400 horsepower here. You have 413 pound-feet of torque. And I believe, yeah, that's pretty much it. But your standard V8, I mean, it's simple. And that's really what you're gonna get out of this truck, is the reliability aspect. And I think it's a cool design. I mean, I would drive it. I'm not a huge fan of the black and grays. You know, this one definitely stands out. It's not an Infinity, but it has more options than you would pay for a base model Infinity, and with more reliability, in my opinion. So if you're interested in this truck, let me know. If you're interested in anything else, I can definitely find it for you. I know we have a Find Your Car program where we literally go out and we look at auctions, we look at, you know, other dealerships, basically scour the market all over the country for the exact car that you need. If this one interests you, great. If not, I'll be happy to find you a car that fits your needs. And then, yeah, let's go take this guy for a test drive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. We're about to take it on the drive. So first thing I notice is, honestly, the steering is not as rugged as the Frontier that I test drove earlier. All right. Wow. Whoop. That is smooth. It took off and flew my camera out. Oh man, let's roll the windows up here. Turn the air down a little bit so you guys can hear me. First thing I notice is that it's a real smooth drive. Real quiet. You know, there's nothing, you got your standard road tires on it, so that's gonna help a lot. I'm used to a very off-road type of truck. I got like 35-inch wheels on mine, so yeah, it makes quite a bit of a difference. The ride, other than being smooth, you definitely got some pickup, that's for sure. Go ahead and take this right here. It feels solid. You know, it's interesting because when you're making the turn, the steering feels smooth. Now you guys have to remember, this is based on the Nissan Titan, so this is on a truck platform. It's not an SUV. So this is definitely a truck in every bit of way you can imagine. I'm looking already here at the dash. It's nice to see your miles per hour on the dashboard and still have the physical dials. I mentioned that earlier, but that's great to have. Wow, this is quiet. A couple downsides of this truck, you know, it only gets 16 miles to the gallon, but you are looking at a V8, you know, doesn't have any hybrid systems, doesn't have any turbos. It's just very simple. 5.6 liter V8, you know, you're not gonna have anything too fancy. You can hear it, that's for sure. Woo! Picks up. There's no sport mode in here. There is a snow mode. So, you know, this is not, again, this is a luxury truck, but you know, you're not going to pay that steep $70,000 price that you would for an Infiniti. And since it's got 10,000 miles on it, which I always recommend buying cars with at least a few miles on it, that way you're not paying that premium driving the car right off the lot. Very smooth. Yep. That's nice. All right. And we're back. I swear I gotta get a new camera. Oh man. Woo! Put that. Let's park here. Don't worry, I'm not driving. We're at the dealership. Every time you pick up. Here we go. All right. So, what do I think? Well, it's a good truck. It is. It'll cost you $54,000, but you know, it's a nice truck. And it has that detection system, so you know, 360 around the truck. If you're parking or anything like that, it'll warn you and it'll tell you exactly what you're next to, which is great because I honestly don't really want to crash this thing. Line it up perfectly. Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna park a little bit closer to that thing. You know how it is. You don't want to hit anything. That's really cool. It literally, I mean, you didn't see it, but it basically showed a bird's eye view, which is, you know, standard in every car. I don't know if you can see how clear the rear view camera is, but that's really solid. I mean, you don't even have to look back. It's clearer than that. You can see more than you would looking out back, which is great. But yeah, if you're interested, you can shoot me a text. Call me. You can call Majeski Motors and then you can ask for my name, or you can shoot me a Facebook message. If you're interested or you know anybody who's in the market for a car, let me know and I'll be happy to help. Thanks for tuning in. Later.